What up, peeps?
Yeah, get it up.
Not feeling so well. Still disappointed in the Mortal Kombat release the other day. We were supposed to do this a while back, but we're gonna see now if what these guys are saying, we are saying, because it's like 95% of that Mortal Kombat was totally wrong. 95%, I'm not kidding, 95% wrong, so that's a total fail.
So much?
Yes, sir. In my book, sir. Being a Mortal Kombat fan from day one, sir. Yes. This is how Mortal Kombat 2021 gets everything wrong. Well, I said 95, he's saying everything, but let's just see, because Kano was okay. Kano was, come on, what am I saying? Kano was great.
Kano is supposed to be the best character in that.
Yes. Followed by Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Then that's it. Yes, that's it. Anyways, let's see what this person here has to say. 8 bars entertainment, Dupree.
Yeah, boys,
let's go.
I tell you, I love the new Mortal Kombat. The trailers had me giddy. I was freaking out knowing Hiroyuki Sanada was playing Scorpion. And I literally said to Josh Brown that unless there's something they're really not showing us, it's going to be brilliant. How could they mess this up? Well, by getting almost every last part of the production completely wrong. It has great ideas in theory, but Mortal Kombat's return to the big screen is nothing short of tragic. I'm Scott Tilford from WhatCulture.com, a lifelong Mortal Kombat fan, and this is how Mortal Kombat 2021 gets everything wrong.
Let's go!
Full spoilers for this video because I just need to get all of this off my chest.
Yes,
Number
sir.
7, Scorpion has 2 scenes and they're both in the trailers. Scorpion vs. Sub-Zero, cried the marketing posters and trailers. An epic showdown teased the first 7 minutes of the film released onto YouTube. Well, if you've seen the 7-minute intro and you've seen the older trailer where Scorpion forces Sub-Zero to get over here, you've seen 95% of the pair's interactions together. The movie opens in 1617 Japan.
Wasn't really taking notice of that for real, but that's not nice for real.
So, you just watch the trailer, you know the whole Sub-Zero and Scorpion scene.
Yes.
So just watch the trailer.
That's it, but you wouldn't know. Alright, like how they are at this scene right here. Make me talk about this scene right here. When Scorpion was killed right here, he should not have catch fire and disappeared like that.
Alright. So
that was wrong for us.
Well on there. You know what we talk about this all the while. This one now. So when he's dead, you know what should have happened? Either 2 things should have happened, a couple of things should have happened. First, when he's dead, his body just lie there. And in a mortal, you know some of the fatality we have where the hand come from under the ground and grab him and
try him under.
So even that should have happened.
Yes, for sure. Say it something actually come from him and take that. I mean, make the place shake up.
Yeah.
And make the ground crack open and then the hand come and take him up, because that's one of his fatalities. And right? And make some demons. Then.
Yes, and in one of the mortal them. Where you see us all up in and I see some more that Scorpion come and just come and take you away.
Make some demons like come to him and take him under earth.
And the next issue I have with this. After then that's why you know see him back again through the whole movie.
Well, I did not have any. Well, me understand what you're gonna say. Maybe down there he wanna make some deal with the demons before he comes back up.
Look now, because guess what? Because remember you know the whole thing with the whole him dead and Scorpion and Sub-Zero war. Because with the next virgin name, the white-head virgin name, because Quan Chi.
Okay.
So when this happen now, the next scene should be where he meet up with Quan Chi and then you see Quan Chi train him and then you see him back and then you can see why he will come back.
Exactly. Yes. That's what was missing for you.
Yeah.
Take him under there, let him see how he end up here.
Yeah.
Quan Chi talk to him.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 2 minutes longer and then cut it there.
Yes.
We have an idea that he would be training in there or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Alright, cool. Continue.
Hanzo's Scorpion Hasashi dies, then 304 years later he reappears in a fight between Cole Young and Sub-Zero in the closing moments to save the day, providing the fight that highlights most trailers. Save for Scorpion pulling off an admittedly very well done version of his toasty flame skull fatality to finish Sub-Zero, and a few lines of dialogue delivered to Louis Tans Cole, everything else from the legendary Hiroyuki Sanada is already out there. Also, while I'm here, the version of this fight that's on...
Oh yes, again, we have no problem with Sub-Zero suit.
No.
Why Scorpion didn't come back with the same suit like Sub-Zero have, but only things say the yellow version of what he's wearing.
Okay, yeah.
And we had a problem with the suit as well, but that's minor. That's minor.
YouTube is better than in the movie. In the film, we actually cut away from Scorpion and Sub-Zero when they're about to clash, and then during the bout, all to show Cole repeatedly try to save his family. It's a horrific editing choice and one of the many instances where the movie fails at the most basic level. Number 6, Arcana? I really don't know where this push to explain everything came from. The boring corporate-based assumption that audiences simply won't accept superpowers or overblown rule sets for certain mythologies. Instead, we have
advertising on YouTube helps me reach engaged customers like Jenna, who's been searching for landscapers on Google.
to have an origin story or entire season of television before a character acquires their costume or power set. Anything more, and God forbid we actually enjoy what we came for. In Mortal Kombat's case, Wonder Woman 1984 writer Greg Russo decided that the appeal of Mortal Kombat is not in a swath of fighters from various colours, creeds and realms competing. Instead, it's that the worthy ones get superpowers from an actual Mortal Kombat symbol on their person, either starting as a birthmark or being passed on if you beat someone else with the mark. This, to put it bluntly, breaks Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. That was rubbish as well. That if you all persons, all characters that are Mortal Kombat based, regular show up, right? Characters on Mortal Kombat should have been born with that symbol.
Yeah.
You tell me say you're gonna beat something or someone to gain that. That never make any sense to me as well.
Alright.
That's not in any of the Mortals.
Well on. You see if then you put that from the beginning of Mortal, then you could understand that.
Yeah, from the beginning, from the first Mortal Kombat,
yeah,
you could understand.
So you say in order for them get them power, they have to beat somebody who have power for them get it.
Yeah,
well,
so you have who born with it, they beat them for get it.
Well, no. Well, if they did do it from the beginning, we would understand where it come from.
Yeah.
Because remember, I know. So Kino never believes in a Mortal one.
No. The thing I did red, but he never use it. No. He never.
Alright, so that was a perfect opportunity to show how we get the power.
Yes.
But them flopped up, listen.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't make no sense. That wasn't there before. Don't bring it in.
The core appeal to the fiction is seeing everyone from a Hollywood action star to a special forces unit, a demonic hell ninja to a teleporting Shaolin monk do battle. Flattening all this off just makes Mortal Kombat boring. Characters who were championed because they were humans in a world of demons and gods now have instant superpowers, including things like Jax growing a new set of arms on the spot because he needed to lift something. Number 5, Mortal Kombat 1995 has better fight editing. On to editing, and again if we're talking about overdone Hollywood tropes and...
True. Even with the scene with Scorpion and Johnny Cage, cannot forget that scene.
Yeah.
Can't forget that scene.
When they did the living first.
Yes. And then him try for shadow kick. And he teleport for them.
And he
Come on, man. That's a fuck as well.
One actually likes.
So what I tell me said, then did a better editing software in the 90s than now.
Them people are just lazy.
No, because if that's the case, I did that never say
that. That can't be the case. No way whatsoever. This is just shitty work.
Annoying fast cut editing technique that accompanies far too many big budget action movies. So many top tier films see the editing side of things fly off the handle when a fight breaks out, as if simply adding more camera angles translates into the enjoyment of seeing martial artists work their craft. Seriously, when you've got an insanely capable cast headlined by the Raid star Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero, cutting around his movements and diluting his abilities is a travesty. Not one actual fight between two characters is memorable because of this style of editing, and while you might remember who went up against who, I guarantee not a single punch or kick thrown has stuck with you. Exactly. Number 4, protagonist Cole Young is pointless and bland as hell. Studio Writing 101 strikes again, as well of course we need a blank slate character for the audience to connect to is put center stage. That character in this case is Louis Tan's Cole Young, a bland vanilla fighter scraping by on the love of his daughter and wife. Cole's drive in the film after he's abandoned Raiden's temple because he can't trigger his inner arcana is to give up and go home, only realizing he does have what it takes after his family are directly threatened by Goro. It's as boilerplate as you can get, and despite Tan being a capable actor and awesome fighter, he's given less than nothing to work with here. Writer Greg Russo even decides that Cole's superpower should be armor, seeing him store up energy from absorbing hits like Black Panther, but only returning the blow once. He also gets some weird wicker basket-style tonfas as extensions to his arms that barely get used again after this fight. Lastly, speaking of Goro, the former champion of various Mortal Kombat tournaments gets reduced to a heavy-style goon for the hero to dispatch, which he then does in just a few minutes. Number 3, the closing 20 minutes and wasting the pit stage. Onto the true mind-numbing stuff.
Oh, become a fatality should have gone, but you just thumbed him off of the pit.
Yes.
Alright, so well on this. So the and fatality nice, but you shouldn't do at the pit stage.
No.
Okay, okay.
Because what the hell is going on in the closing 20 minutes of this movie? We go into a strange place in between realms where Raiden explains that no one can find us here. Besides meaning that everything leading to that point could have been avoided and Kung Lao could have survived, Cole then gets his 2012 Avengers Captain America on, proceeding to tell the gang who to fight and how. Writer Greg Russo has later said that the movie was conceptualized under the mandate of thinking like Marvel, and boy can you tell right here. Cole's character completely changes. His supposed revelatory dialogue about how they need to keep fighting somehow motivates the team, and it feels like Russo recreating the scene where Cap tells Thor he's got the lightning, as Cole tells Sonya to watch out for Kano's eye laser. During this planning stage, we then start intercutting with fights that will happen in the future, but resolve them just seconds after, before Cole has even stopped explaining what the gang are about to do. Worst of the lot is Jax going up against Reiko for a total of 40 seconds, but the duel taking place on Mortal Kombat's legendary pit stage. It's lit the exact same way, the floor is filled with spikes, it's the perfect setup to send an opponent flying down onto them, like almost 30 years worth of games have let us do.
Okay.
No, Jax claps his hands together and kills Reiko that way instead. It feels as though Reiko's body could have fallen onto the spikes afterwards, but the rushed nature of this entire closing chunk means that we have to cut away.
Alright, I don't know what to rate is not raid. We don't try the moment we saw raid, we know say that are rubbish. That raid is not raid.
Alright. So you see, that been just explained a while ago. Jax could have done the unfatality, yes, but not at the pit stage.
Alright, what Jax could have done is grab his arms, rip them off, and then uppercut him off the bridge. If you want to show 2 fatalities or what, you understand?
Yeah.
But no, then again, how Jax lost his hands was by
Sub-Zero.
No, in this is Sub-Zero.
But I did Rain.
No, it's not Rain. Come on. Ermac. Ermac was the one that severed Jax's arms. So when Sub-Zero severed them in this, and that was a total rubbish right here again. Total rubbish. You're trying to rewrite history.
Well on. But I wonder if they want to say, because I remember the woman in a mortal where can rewrite timeline. I wonder if they
But that was never in any of the mortal them coming up. So you can't just drop in that and expect us mortal fans supposed to just accept that.
Oh, no. So let me say no, because I remember say she can rewrite any time.
But that never happened. That never happened. So you better talk about reverse. That never happened. If it happened then in the reverse, we say, okay, this was a part where Sub-Zero severed his hand, he reversed, time was reversed, he got back his hand, but then he lose them to Ermac somewhere down the line. No problem with that.
Okay.
But don't even come and change the narrative like that.
Okay.
No, sir. No.
Raiden isn't Raiden. 1995's Christopher
Yeah.
was barely Raiden. MK Annihilation's James Rebar lost more of the look and strayed even further from how the character comes across in the games. Tadanobu Asano's Raiden, though, he just seems bored and annoyed at life itself. All his scenes feature some of the most weirdly distanced acting in Asano's career, likely driven by the combination of director Simon McCoy being a first-timer and Greg Russo
That Raiden there look like Kung Lao's brother.
Yeah.
well, but continuing to ignore source material where it matters most.
You understand?
This is a Raiden who says he can't get involved before the tournament, then proceeds to teleport every character, both his warriors and Shang Tsung's people, to specific spots for the final few fights. Why couldn't he do this earlier? Why did Kung Lao have to die? When
and Kung Lao was killed by Goro. Kung Lao was not killed by Shang Tsung by having his soul taken. That's another trying to change history. Rubbish! And the fatality that Kung Lao did not came in until about Mortal Kombat 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Kung Lao should not have been doing that fatality there either. Rubbish!
Okay, so the one you should have done, I take it at our slice in
Slice
two
or
our
cut up,
choice.
yes.
Our choice.
You cannot be doing that fatality here. No. Remember, the generation of Mortal Kombat core fans are still alive. Remember that. You should have tried this 10 more generations down the line. Not in this current time, no.
and Shang Tsung's people to specific spots for the final few fights. Why couldn't he do this earlier? Why did Kung Lao have to die? Where even was Raiden when his temple was under attack, if he's aware of where everyone is at all times? When asked about this, he simply sniggers and looks away, adding to the feeling that Russo had given up at this point, and that this version of Raiden's powers do actually break the movie the more you think about them. And number 1, the Mortal Kombat tournament is used as sequel bait. Okay, so there didn't need to be a Mortal Kombat tournament in the Mortal Kombat movie. Plenty of the games have gotten by without featuring one, and in honesty, the idea of writing a compelling story around the machinations of an ongoing competition is some grade A Attitude Era WWE nonsense that could have resulted in backstage brawls left, right, and centre. Instead, we have a feature-length movie that tries to compartmentalize its tournament brackets into the Mortal Kombat mark, transferring from one fighter to the next. But there's no...
And if them are going to explain where people get them power, Sada got fear power off screen.
She killed Kano.
Yeah. But then, you see when the mark transfer, but you don't see when she use it.
When she used all the power?
Yeah.
No, she used the power.
Yeah, me know. But then, after she get the power.
Yeah. Oh, the only thing good that is said. How you know say you have that you use?
Alright, look now, alright. You see with Kano when he get mad and he use it out and eye and then use it again to make sure say he can use it.
Yeah.
And then now she just get that. When she learn, alright, she knows that she get that.
Yeah.
So
but she don't know her powers.
Then how she know what kind of power she have?
Exactly. That was actually many take notice of it for real.
Yeah.
It's like she knows that she have it. But they don't show you how
she learn.
She learn say, I have this. This is the power I get when that happened. Oh, why when it was transferred to me, I didn't have that glazer in my eye as well as Kano.
Alright. And so my Sanya classic move, where she go up on her hand and throw the foot because she know that in her first mortal move.
That would be regular moves.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. That would be regular.
Yeah, no. Alright, yeah. So I'm not even that she never do.
That's the problem again.
And with Kano. Because I remember say Kano the rule, you know.
Yes.
So not even one rule. Kano.
People, the biggest problem I have with this movie overall, right? Or we have with this movie. The characters did not do their signature.
And Raiden not even though.
No, I just say Raiden saying he can't get impact. So Raiden couldn't do anything according to the movie. He could not do any fly, he could not do anything. But most of the characters did not do their signature moves. Yeah. And that's what we watch these things for, the signature moves.
Yeah.
What? Why they make it so difficult? If Kung Lao even when, basically meditating to see where the fly wing girl thing is, I don't know.
And into the spin.
And into the spin when she come in and caught her in that. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
So the spin, yeah.
Melina as well.
So not even go through the ceiling.
No, Melina, she did teleport. She did the teleport more than once too. So I have no problem with that.
Okay, some problem with about
yeah, she did the teleport a couple times. But she need the mask across her face. Number 1.
Yes.
Make when she's getting, beaten up, then it get loose and drop off and then it come as a shock like, this monster or something. Because these people are not used to them looking like that.
Yeah.
You understand? They didn't look shocked in any way when they saw these monsters and all of that. They were just like, okay, a regular person like me. Like,
oh, okay. So you talk like say because remember they come from Earth and they come from Earth. So when they come at Earth, when a normal human see them, then so they're supposed to be
supposed
scared.
to look shocked or something. You don't say scared, but just look shocked.
Yeah, okay,
But you're like, yeah, you know, come on. There's too much things wrong with this. Too much.
Payoff other than setup. We're told from Shang Tsung that death is just another path, as Goro is swallowed up for an assumed resurrection.
Alright.
And that's...
You know, say, when me da watch a movie, is when time Goro da come to the place when me see the black smoke, me did think of smoke.
Yeah, I was.
Wait, because when me see the black smoke, so I say, damn, smoke.
It could have been that smoke, could have come because smoke was in Mortal 1. Smoke was in Mortal 1.
Hold on. So the whole movie based off of Mortal 1.
Yes, it should have been. It should have been.
Okay, because when you play Mortal 1
in Goro layer, you're fighting
smoke.
As
a hidden character.
Yes.
And who else was in a hidden character? Jade.
Yes. Think Jade was in part 1, maybe part 2, Jade. Jade was part 2.
Yeah. So now, alright, because if them are focus is half a Mortal 1, most of the moves them do never in a Mortal 1.
No.
Jax never in a Mortal 1.
Yeah.
So they should have a backstory how Jax come about.
Brother, the whole thing mix up, brother.
Yeah.
Just mix up, brother. The two mix up.
After it sinks in that you just spent 45 minutes of the flick watching an entire cast train. Russo has revealed, though it wasn't anywhere in the marketing or build-up, that this Mortal Kombat was written to be the first part in a trilogy. Though even during filming he didn't know if Warner Brothers would greenlight the next 2 installments. I.e. he didn't know if the second movie's tournament would even happen. Thankfully, Mortal Kombat has already made enough money worldwide for this second movie, but again, it's a baffling way to structure a film, its marketing, and the franchise. Why not go all out while you have the chance? Actually nail the first impression, make the most of the cast, and then see if people want to come back. As it stands, we have almost 2 hours of...
You see, the thing is, we as fans want to see it come back no matter what. You understand? We are hoping that they can write it the next time.
Yeah, so they can get it right.
They can get it right the next time. So we will be feeling for it. There's no doubt about that. But this is total disappointment. The Mortal them coming along, they're just getting more and more disappointed. And it's like, we still want to see it because we know they can do it. Watching all those X-Men and all those other, you understand, Capcom stuff.
Yeah, when they end up all these special effects.
Yes, it can be done. It's a list.
Yeah.
I spoke about the last Street Fighter that came out with just Ryu, Ken, what's the name again? The trainer? Jen, and
Akuma, and then they say Akuma the Reation demon.
They did all their moves.
Then with the fireball,
every rolling thunder, everything was done in that move. It was perfect. When I saw it, I could not believe. I'm like, yes, this is what we watch it with just 4 characters.
And remember when time Akuma do the Reation demon, he move fast. When Akuma just grab him and
it's just like the video game.
Yes.
People, that's what we want to see. We want to see the moves that are in the video game.
Yeah.
Don't bring some nonsense. Come give us like, yes, come on.
Well on it. So then give us something and then want to decipher what one.
It's not about decipher. It's like, say, alright, I know that these guys love fried chicken, but we're going to give them stew chicken instead. And no, they're still going to eat it. Even though they don't like it, they still want to eat the stew chicken, although they want the fried chicken. It's something like that. You keep on giving us a different type of chicken when you know the exact kind of chicken that we want. Anyways, let's finish this.
Preamble, 0 payoff, and a reminder to come back next time from the writing team. As a huge Mortal Kombat fan, I loved Liu Kang and Kung Lao's fatalities, the latter's entrance cabal.
So I have a problem with Liu Kang fatality there, so. In a all mortal, when Liu Kang do the dragon always bite off the person body.
Yeah.
What the flub was that?
Well, it's not just a matter of bite off right there. The thing is, Liu Kang, they have the technology to make Liu Kang transform into the fire dragon or a real life dragon. Any which one of them. So I had a problem with the fatality there. That's not it.
Costume and the minutes of Scorpion and Sub-Zero sharing their 2 scenes, but that's literally it. Seconds of positivity in a sea of corporate swill. Maybe paying off in the future, but for now, Warner Brothers are content mining your love for a property to get the money out. And those are all my thoughts on the Mortal Kombat movie from 2021. Let me know your own opinions down in the comments below. For now, I've been Scott from WhatCulture.com, and I'll catch you soon.
Flow has invested over 40 million to build a better
So the next part then of the movie, you see when he come with Cole there and he having that or something and crush out, you have to say kill him family. We have up. But your family never dead. Yeah.
Babes, we're gonna cut off this reaction right now because it has gone way longer than I expected. But probably other stuff are there that we're leaving out right now. But we're only hoping the next Mortal Kombat they do get it right. Close enough. Close enough. Not perfect because we're not expecting perfect, even though they can give us perfect. By just including what we want to see. Moves and all of that. You understand? Storyline. Yeah, a lot of people love storylines more. I rather to see the moves more than the storyline. You understand? Yeah. Anyway, on to the next one. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.